What do you think went wrong? Like, what do you look at as some of the problems?
Yeah, I'd say collectively just not good enough. Pretty much take any area, just wasn't good enough. Give them credit. They did well. We're efficient in the pass game. We weren't really efficient in the pass game. The runs, really, the quarterback zone reads were really all that was going. I think, Saquon had 9 for 14 or somewhere around there. Couldn't get the run game going. Had a number of sacks. So, again, they were pretty efficient, 2 of 2, 6 of 12 on third down, 2 of 2 in the red zone. So collectively just, wasn't good enough.
Your coverage seemed to take a step back today. Did you see that as well? The coverage on the back end?
Yeah, I mean, look, it was nothing was where it needed to be today.
Did they do anything differently to defend Tommy?
Well, they played good. They stopped the run. We're effective in the pass coverages. We had some drops out there early that I thought could have helped us. So just overall not good enough.
Why did their stunts give you guys so much trouble?
They did a good job running them, and we didn't do a good enough job of blocking them.
The end of the first half, and then obviously in the beginning of the second half, the momentum swings were going back and forth. I would imagine coming in, you guys felt pretty good being where you were at, and then starting out, just not able to get the offense going early on really kind of take you guys out of what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, it was 7-6. Jamie, hit that field goal, and again, they did a better job than we did all the way around.
Was there anything that we saw Tommy go into the locker room before halftime. Was he still being checked?
He was, and then they came out and told me he was good. So.
But did you have anything? Did that affect your normal routine at halftime with him? Or
no.
What did you think of that play?
Yeah.
What did you think of that play with DeVito and everything?
Yeah, whatever they call, or don't call.
Did he say anything to you about it?
No, they took. I had to get tired. I had to get. Well, yeah, he was saying good, but they buzzed down to Ronnie, so that's under their control, and get Tyrod ready to go.
He had done such a good job, Tommy, of getting away from that pressure last game and stepping up a little bit instead of kind of getting swallowed up and backpedaling.
Well, I think it's different. I mean, there's different rushes. I mean, every game's a little bit different. Like I said, not good enough all the way around.
Why do you think you guys weren't able to generate very much pressure?
They did a good job blocking us. They stayed on schedule. Again, stay on schedule. It's a lot. Have better chances offensively. They were. I mean, I thought Carr did a great job. Was 23 of 28 or something like that. 7.0. Was very efficient, effective. Got the ball out of his hands. Hit a couple big ones. They did a good job. Give them credit.
You're 5-9 now. You're not officially going to be eliminated from the playoffs. Is that kind of the message that you are going to continue giving your players? Like, how do you?
Yeah, we're all pros. You get ready to play. Get ready to play the next week. That's our job. So look forward to the opportunity to play next week.
Bullet, do you know how long he could be out for that?
No, don't know.
What would you have done if Gillen went into the 10th at one point? What would have happened at that point?
We talked about it at halftime. It almost got to that point, but Jamie toughed it out.
Did you have the sense that Gillen could do that if
Yeah.
necessary?
He did in the preseason last year. I mean, yeah, but you don't anticipate two guys possibly going down. So give him credit. Fought through it, kicked off. We'll see where we're at.
Did Bullock hurt himself on the kickoff, Brian?
On the kickoff, no. I don't know exactly when it was.
Wasn't it obviously he kicked a long
He
field
kicked the
goal,
54-yard or whatever, and then they told me he was it's his hamstring. So
that exchange when you guys were at midfield and they called a timeout and you called a timeout on 4th and 2, I guess it was. Were you always planning on going for in that situation? Did it have anything to do with Jamie?
nope, we were going for it.
Why was it so hard for you guys to get anything consistent going?
Well, we were just hurting ourselves. Certain situations, some penalties, just not executing.
Did you, obviously they called from upstairs to have you how did you feel after that day? Did you feel ready to go and then just wanted to check you
Yeah, I guess they called from upstairs and said that they had to check me, but I felt good.
What did you think of that, the play on which you got hit? They didn't call penalty. What did you feel that was a clean hit?
I don't know. It's football. It's happened.
Tommy, you had done such a good job the last game of escaping the pocket and kind of stepping up and hurting those guys with some runs. You had a couple keepers today, but what was the difference today? What was hemming you in there, in the back there?
Yeah, I think they did a good job defensively. Just a D-line, I guess just watching film from what happened last week. And they're just, ensuring that wasn't going to happen again. They did a good job, and we'll be better on offense.
How much are you seeing teams, or maybe did they do different things against you to try and slow you guys down?
Nothing too crazy. We just lacked execution on offense. We weren't good on third downs. We have to be better. I don't think we played and won enough swagger, and I put that on me because I'm like, I take that personally as far as playing with energy, playing with juice. So I need to be better with that.
Why do you say that?
Why do I say that?
That, like the part about the swagger, did you just not have it today, you think? Or?
I just feel like, we kind of got in a little bit of a lull at times. I think it just goes with the execution part. But just keep the energy high at all times.
After a couple of early sacks, the defensive lineman was doing your hand gesture. Did you see that? Did it bother you?
I didn't know until you just said it.
Okay.
But
does that bother you?
It comes with it. You see it in all sports, everything. When someone does something and something else happens, or it's going to retaliate. But it's all fun and games, part of the game.
How was this for you as a learning experience? Every time you're in these situations, obviously it's kind of new for you. What was this experience like in that atmosphere, and what do you think you can take out of it?
Yeah, it was a cool atmosphere, I'll say that. Obviously, first time in the stadium. We're anticipating it being loud, so we had a lot of practice with a lot of loud music, especially that one song they always play. So that was, it was fun in that aspect of the game. But as far as me learning just being more efficient on third downs, quarterback's job is to stay on the field, score points. So I need to find ways to keep those drives going.
Tommy, the challenge obviously for you is there's more film. There's film on you where there wasn't, the last couple of games you played. How challenging is that? Like you referred to, they maybe did some stuff to kind of hem you in the pocket a little bit today. How challenging is that to try to take the next step and, counteract that, so to speak, for whatever team's going to do for you?
Yeah, I think teams do that with everybody. I just so happen to play some more football, so I have some more film. But the NFL is not easy. It's not for everybody. But it's our job to go out there. It's part of the job description to go out there, be ready to play against what they have.
Dave told us after the game you're starting next week. What does that mean to you to hear that at this stage, that he still wants to keep going, go with you?
Yeah, he believes in me. I'm going to continue to try to earn his trust and all that each play that I'm on the field.
How would you describe your, if you, it's so soon after the game, but how would you describe your day and your performance today, given what you expected coming into today?
Average, 2 throws on one back for sure, but like I said, just need to be that spark for the offense and just get us to score points more.
What are the 2 throws that you want to back most?
The first one in the game to Slayton, and then one to Waller on the right side of the fourth quarter.
With everything that's gone on the last month or so since you've been starting, the last 3 times you had come in here and everyone was talking about all the things you did well. I know you were probably more critical than maybe you had let on. After a game like this, how critical are you of yourself and the idea of what the next step is to get better next week?
Very critical. Yeah, I'm always harder on myself than anybody else, but at the same time, I'm realistic with myself. I won't try to beat myself up over things, but it's all learning experiences. A routine throw that I make 10 times out of 10 to Waller that I miss just cannot happen. So I'm going to be beating myself up over that one for sure. But just watch the film, see what we could have done different, see if I could have done anything different, and then move on from there and on to next week.
What do you make of the 7 sacks at this point? I know you go to the sideline, you look at them a little bit. Is it not having time? Was it holding the ball too long? Nobody open?
It's a little bit of everything. At times, sometimes it's just a pressure look. Sometimes it's a coverage sack. Sometimes I can get the ball out and I maybe just miss somebody. It's all 3 of those that goes into it. I think I've said that in the past. Just when we've had a couple other sack games, it's not just on the offensive line. It's not just on the quarterback. It's just on the receiver. It's a different scenario every time. So we'll be better across the board.
Not using it as an excuse or anything, but the series of events that from you getting taken off to being being in the medical tent and then running to the locker room. Then by the time you get cleared, you're basically coming out for the second half, right? What was that like for you? And did it almost feel like I use the word surreal, the idea of, you're out of the game, you're in the game. What was that like trying to get back going on the sideline once you got cleared?
There was a little bumps in the road, I'll say, just because I didn't get to have my halftime adjustments and do all that and just like talk and just reset with the guys. But at the same time, it's the job. You get thrown into it. You're expected to play and do everything at your best, which we got going at times, but we just need to be more consistent with it.
So, what were they doing to make it work?
They were just better than us today. No excuses. We didn't win our battles. That's everyone, including myself. It's just simple as that.
What do you make of the game where you go 9 for 14?
Not my first time. Probably won't be my last. Get back to the drawing board. Get ready for next week.
Saquon, they seem to be enjoying kind of the chef's kiss and stuff like that when they made a play. Did you come into this game thinking that, they might kind of get on you guys for that sort of thing, especially if the score got out of hand?
What, this?
Yeah, they were.
I didn't see it.
I
really see none of that. But yeah, I mean, it comes with it. When it's going good, you can do stuff like that, and you got to expect for teams to do that when they got your number. So it is what it is.
Sorry if you've kind of been asked this, but last week you guys struggled offensively mid-season, but last week it seemed like you really turned a corner. When the game was on the line, the offense went out and won the game. How frustrating was it today to kind of have what looked like a regression to some of the struggles from mid-year?
Yeah, it sucks. We just got to do better. You got to give hats off to Saints over there in their defense. They played a great game. Davis is a heck of a player. Probably one of the better linebackers I've ever played against. He really stood out to me today. They made more plays. They beat us, and that's really what it was. And that's what football's about. You got to win your one-on-ones, you got to win your matchups, and we didn't do that.
How much is this sort of, part of the progression for Tommy? That there's going to be games like this that you just can't get it going, or things just don't go your way.
I think that's just the NFL. I don't think it's necessary just for Tommy. I think it's for everybody in his locker room, everybody on the offensive side. It's part of it. It's part of the league. You try your best to stay away from it, but sometimes games like that are going to happen, and we got to do a better job collectively of putting ourselves in better positions to make plays, and when the plays come, making those plays when things are going bad, and we didn't do that. And if you look at a lot of our games this year, the games that we lost are games that got out of hand. We never stopped the bleeding. And that's been a common theme in the games that have been bad for us this year. And we got to find a way to get better in those situations.
One thing Tommy actually said after the game was he didn't think you guys had offensively your swag today. Like there was just lulls. You just couldn't get it going.
You can't get your swag when there's nothing you can do. You're losing. But defense, personally, I know as for running back, you're not able to get in the flow. I think they did a really good job with me personally, letting me get into a flow, getting your confidence. I don't even know if I had a run that broke past 5, 6, 7 yards. That's part of the game. So you can't play with swag. You can't play with confidence when you're just getting beat, and that's all of us. Like I said, it's a matchup game, and we didn't do a good enough job.
Were they doing anything specific to stop the run? Like, was there anything different?
I think they did a little more movement on first and second down, but that's been a common theme last couple of weeks with teams that we've been playing against. Bring a little more pressure, a little more movement to mess up our eyes in the run game. It's kind of like a run-stop pressure, and they were just winning. Everywhere, from myself included. They're just beating us.
Saquon, did you allow yourself, you've been through a lot, obviously, but did you allow yourself with this 3-game winning streak to think maybe this team is going to have a little magical run here? You have to win the games, but you got yourself back into some sort of playoff contention. You kind of sense that maybe something was brewing here?
Yeah, that's definitely was true. I feel like we all felt like that. And we still feel like that. And like I said, until we're mathematically out of it, I'm always going to continue to believe. And the beauty of it is we're guaranteed 3 more games. And we're guaranteed a game against the divisional rival in Philly, a great environment to go play in. And we got to get ready for that one.
Carr in particular looked incredibly sharp today.
What was it about the way he was running the offense that made it so difficult for you guys to stop him?
I mean, he's a vet in this league, and we didn't do a lot to get him off his rhythm. So, they were just executing. They were hitting their shots. They were hitting their checkdowns. Run game was bleeding on us. So they just played a more complete game than we did.
After the 3-game winning streak, how disappointing and deflating is this one to come here and not perform up to your expectations?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's just one game. We have 3 more left, so we'll watch the film from this, get the corrections done, and move on to the next.
When you came out at halftime, did you guys feel like there was a chance to kind of turn the tide? And why did the ball continue to snowball down the hill?
Yeah, we felt like we had an opportunity. Defensively, we've been talking all week about embracing the challenge. And really, if we want to put our team in position to win, it's got to be on us, executing, creating turnovers, really just, getting that momentum swing and, coming out in the second half and having them go down and drive and score. That's not what we need. So we just got to do better from that standpoint.
Finally, 12 turnovers, takeaways you guys had during the 3-game winning streak. You didn't have any today. A lot of folks will immediately say, well, that's a big part of it. But turnovers can sometimes be lucky, right? I mean, you can't always just get them when you want them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the flow of the game. But, history tells us if we get turnovers, we'll win the game. So we just got to put an extra emphasis on that in practice, get our mindset right about that, and, we'll get a better result.
First of all, you got back in there again after being off for about a month. How did it feel?
It felt good. I mean, there's natural, movements and just processing that you got to get back used to after not being in a game environment for a while. So it felt good to be out there, be a part of what the offense is doing, and just be in the mix.
All right. Now, obviously, the offense did not do what you guys had hoped it would do today. Right. Do you see any reason why? Could you pinpoint why the struggles happened all day?
Just being behind the chains, a lot of 3rd and longs, a lot of 1st and longs, a lot of 2nd and longs, and that makes it tough. It allows defense to sink back and just keep everything in front of them and come downhill and hit you and keep the crowd into it. So we've got to do better on early down situations as an offense.
You're a veteran. What can you tell Tommy DeVito to take from this as a young quarterback who has to learn from an experience such as this game?
I can tell him just from my experience, there's going to be plenty of highs that you're going to have, as a playmaker, as a leader, where you're out there and showing everything that you're capable of. But there's going to be some moments where as a team, as an offense, we get our teeth kicked in a little bit. And it's all about how you respond to each of those, whether it's a great game or a negative game. Just keep showing up, keep leading, and we believe in him to do that.
The Saints did not have a very highly ranked rush defense, but you guys couldn't get the run game going. How surprising was that?
Just have played against that defense, and they have some guys that have been there for a while. Like if you Demario Davis and Werner, they're able to get downhill. They're able to wreck some things because they're coming in there. They're choosing violence. So and they got talented defensive linemen. They got safeties that are versatile. So if you're not, if you don't show up ready to down in, down out, dominate, they'll bring it to you.
Final question. It looked like this team was preparing to make some kind of run to maybe get back in it at the end. This is a pretty heartbreaking loss in terms of what it does to your chances. How do you deal with that and swallow that?
It's tough, man. You got to earn the right to get to where you want to go. Those goals that you have, you got to go into tough environments and win. And it's not an easy thing to do. That's why there's only a certain amount of teams that make the playoffs. So, it's tough. It's tough to swallow. There's no doubt about it. But guys just got to stick together because there's still games to be played, still moments to where we can put our best on display, and we got to take advantage of it.